Hi Verbling, my name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about prepositions, focusing on the prepositions over, with, and by. And we'll be doing some fill in the blank with other prepositions as well. If you guys have any questions about this lesson or others, you can message me on Verbling or on Facebook, and I'll put my book in the chat box for you. Sumei, welcome to class.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well this morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, I'm fine.
Awesome. But for you, it's probably not morning, it's afternoon?
Evening, 8,
Evening.
8 p.m.
All right. Henan, welcome to class.
Hello, good morning. Thank
Good
you.
morning. I think this is the first time I've had you in class, right?
Yes, I'm new here. I joined you this week.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil,
Excellent. What part of Brazil?
Rio de Janeiro.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you with us today.
Okay.
All right. Hussein, welcome to class.
Hello, Mika. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I like your picture change. That's a pretty one.
Yeah.
Victor, welcome to class.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you, Victor?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, good weekend?
Yes, it was nice weekend.
Excellent.
I have now I have repairing of my flat.
You have what?
Repair my flat, my apartment. Yes. Change
nice. So you spent the weekend working on your house, your place.
No, yeah, I just talked about my repairing, about design of repairing.
Awesome. All right. Vincenzo, welcome to class.
Hi, Michaela. How are you?
Good. How are you,
Long time no
Vincenzo?
see. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while. How have you been?
Yes, I've been doing a lot of things. Yes, because I have to move some furniture from one apartment to another, something like this. Because my son is going to live in the apartment upstairs and the third floor over me. Yes, and so I have to free this apartment to put other furniture, something like this. Yes. Yes.
And it's probably pretty hot while you're doing all this work, right?
Yes. Yeah. And she's with his daughter. She's with his child, not two female, little, 2 years old. Yeah. So today is the first day that she's going to live upstairs.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you could spare a little time to join a class with us.
Yes. Yes. Now, right now, I'm free. No, I have more time for myself.
Awesome. Very nice.
Yes.
And Alejandro, welcome to class.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Alejandro? Nice weekend?
Yes. The classes finished. So now I'm with my family. And
Very nice.
And they pamper me.
A little bit of vacation?
Yes. Well,
excellent.
Completely month.
What?
A month? All the month? The
all
August?
month. Awesome.
Yes.
Very nice. All right. And Martine, welcome to class. Martin, are you there? You're muted, Martin. And I'll do a quick demonstration of how to unmute yourself for anybody who needs it. If you come to the top here, you'll see you have a bunch of options. If you click this button, the red means you're muted, and the gray background or the black background means that you are free to talk. You can also change your audio settings by coming to this settings button. Is that helpful, Martin? Aha, there we are. Oh, you were unmuted.
Yeah, teacher, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, very good, very good. Nice to meet you.
I think I've had you in class before, Martin.
I've been in your class and last Saturday, but I had troubles with my internet connection, if you remember.
Yeah, exactly. That's frustrating.
Yeah, I hope it will be fine at this stage.
I hope so too. Good to have you back.
Yeah,
And
thanks very much.
Rafa, welcome to class. Rafa, are you there? All right, Rafa. Can't hear you. Let me know if you're having any trouble. Rafael, welcome to class.
Oh, nice to see you again, and I don't believe you threw the hearts away.
I what?
On the wall, the hearts on the wall.
No, I didn't. They're still there.
Oh, okay.
It's just sometimes I teach standing up, and so you get a different view of the room. But today, I'm being lazy and I'm sitting down. So you don't get the nice view of the hearts. You get the ugly view of this little electrical box back there and our weird wall paint on the ceiling.
Okay.
Not quite as nice. All right. So today we're going to be talking about prepositions, focusing on over, with, and by. So I'll put the notes in the chat box for you guys, and I will screen share for anybody who needs it. Okay. And Asma, welcome to class.
Yeah, hello, teacher.
Nice to meet you, Asma. Where are you from?
Me too. I'm from Tunisia.
Wow, very cool. And that's an amazing picture. Is that in Tunisia?
No, it's from Austria.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really gorgeous. Did you take a vacation to Austria?
I will take a vacation.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So let's get started with our notes. We're going to read some rules, create some sentences to help us demonstrate the rules, and then do a little quiz where we have to fill in the blank. So let's read these, starting with Alejandro. Can you read the first rule? Is that large enough for you guys? All right, Alejandro, can you read the first rule for us?
Yes.
Thanks.
Used to indicate moment from one place to another. Come over to my house for dinner sometime. You roll over. They sent over a gift for his promotion.
Thank you very much. Asma, can you get the next rule plus the examples?
Used to indicate movement downward. The big tree fell over on the board. Can you bend over and get the dish for me? He pushed it over the edge.
Thank you very much. And Hussein, will you get the next one?
Yes. Used to indicate more than an expected number or amount. This amount is over our prediction. Kids 12 and over can watch this movie. The phone rang for over a minute.
Thank you very much. And the last one, Martin, read it for us.
Used to indicate a period of time. I worked
Martin, are you there? Oh, man, that's bad luck. Every time he tries to talk, he gets kicked out of the chat box. All right, Martin, are you there?
Yeah, teacher.
You fell out for a second, but you were almost done. Finish the last sentence there.
Okay. She did not sleep there over this past month.
Thank you very much. Okay, so these are some general guidelines for the use of the preposition over. And prepositions are tough because there's not really like strict rules about what you can and can't do with them. So this is just kind of like some guidelines to help you remember about how we use this. And we're going to go on to the preposition by, and once we've read enough rules, we'll do some example sentences for all of these rules. Do you guys have any questions so far on the preposition over? Awesome. If you do think of questions, definitely speak up or put your question in the chat box. Rafa, will you be the first one to read a rule by? This one here. Oh, Rafa's not there. All right, Rafa, you're still muted. So, Rafael, can you read the first rule for by?
Used to indicate proximity. Can I sit by you? He was standing by me. The post office is by the bank.
Thank you very much. Hang on, get the second rule over by.
Okay. Used to indicate the person that does something in a passive voice sentence. The microwave was fixed by the mechanic. The flowers were delivered by a postman. The branch office was closed by the head office.
Thank you very much. Su Ming, the third rule.
Oh. Used to indicate an action with a particular purpose. You can pass the exam by preparing for it. I expect my feelings to work her by writing a letter. She finally broke the record by pure effort.
Thank you very much. And the last one, Vincenzo. Can you read the last rule or guideline for the preposition by?
Yes, used to indicate a mean or method. Please send this package to Russia by airmail. I came home by subway.
Thank you very much.
I came here. No, I'm home. I came here by subway. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Very little picture. Yeah. Is it possible to make it a little big?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Is that a little better for you?
Yes, a bit more.
A little more.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's good, teacher.
Okay. So, now we're going to write some example sentences. Do you guys have any questions before we start writing sentences? Okay, so these example sentences are good to really make the guidelines a little stronger in your memory. So if you have your own example of using it, you definitely will be less likely to forget it.
Well, I'm not accustomed with the preposition over. Yes, I find it a little difficult to use for me.
It is. It is pretty difficult because like many prepositions, it doesn't have a very consistent meaning. It usually talks about like direction of something, of motion. So come over to my house is moving from your house to my house. And then if you talk about the next one, that would be over as in going from the position of up to the position of down. So usually it talks about motion.
Yes, excuse me, teacher, but which is the difference to saying came to my house and come to my house and come over to my house.
Good question. There's very little difference. And these particular phrases work very similarly to phrasal verbs. You could consider come over and send over like a phrasal verb because it has a main verb plus a particle. And the difference between they sent a gift versus they sent over a gift is really just how casual you want to be. So if you say sent, they sent a gift, that would be kind of like a normal baseline sentence. It's very simple, very clear. But if you say they sent over a gift, you're being a little more casual, maybe a little more friendly, and it changes the sense of your sentence a little, but not really much of the meaning, because in both situations, the gift is in the same place. So the meaning doesn't really change, just the formality of what you're saying.
Yes, I understand. And about come over, it's the same. It's the same,
yeah,
or there's a little different.
So, yeah, you could say come to my house or come over to my house, and the meaning is the same. Just how casual or formal you want to be changes a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions before we start writing some sentences?
I want to ask a question about come over a bridge. What's the meaning come over a bridge?
To come over the bridge would probably mean to go from one side of the bridge to the other side of the bridge.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. If I say call over.
Call over or come over?
Call over. The meaning is
call like C-A-L-L? Call over? Crossover?
Oh.
So crossover would be to go from one side of the street or something to the other side of the street. I mean, it could be something else too, like if you're talking about a park, to cross over the park would mean to go from one side to the other side.
Can I say also, can I pick you over? No.
No, it doesn't work with the verb pick.
Pick
is always used with up because it's a phrasal set there. Pick up.
Pick up. Yes. Pick you up. Yeah.
Oh well, if you say pick you up, that would probably mean going to get someone or lifting someone into the air.
Okay.
Any other questions on phrasal verbs or that first definition about indicating movement from one place to another?
Over, teacher.
You have a question on over?
Yeah. What's the meaning when I say that, for example, Germany win over Argentina?
Good question. That one would be like above something. So if they win over Argentina, it might be something closer to this third definition to indicate more than expected, a number or amount. So if Germany won over Argentina, you're saying that Germany came out victorious and on top. So they got the higher amount of points than Argentina did.
Okay.
Excellent question, because sometimes the verb over can be really slippery, which is why I mentioned that these rules are kind of just more like guidelines to the use, because sometimes you get examples that don't clearly fit into any one of these categories.
So in this case, there is no contact, there is no distance, there is no way. It's not.
Yeah, most of the time things will fit into one of these categories, but not always.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
No, let me know.
So let's do some example sentences, and we'll talk a little bit more about how we can and cannot use these prepositions. So Alejandro, can you make a sentence for the first rule for over? This tough one that we've been talking about? And Asma, can you make a sentence using the second rule? So create an example sentence for that second way to use over. And when you guys are ready with these, put them in the chat box.
Excuse me, teacher, a question.
Yeah.
When I say there is, for example, there is a shop over the bridge, what do I mean exactly? Along the bridge? Over the
when
bridge?
When you say a shop, do you mean a mall?
Yes, you can find the shop over the bridge. Is it possible
to
say? Yes.
Well, the first problem is that a shop is not a noun. You would have to say a mall or something similar, a store maybe?
Yes, yes. But can I say over the bridge?
Yeah, you can say there's a store over the bridge, meaning that we're on one side of the bridge and the store is on the other side of it. So you have to cross the bridge in order to get to the store.
On the other side. But why I am using over? Shouldn't I say there is a shop on the other side of the bridge, or?
You could also say that. They're just different ways.
It's not clear because over. Generally, I think no contact, no, over. So it's possible to have something over the bridge.
Yeah, you could.
Without contact.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, but you can't say over the bridge, you know? There is something over the bridge. Or not?
Yeah, you can. So you can say, well, over the bridge there is a store and a mall and my friend's house. And that would mean on the other side of the bridge, all of those things are there.
On the other side, yes.
Yes, exactly.
On the other side,
yeah, you can say it in multiple ways. So you could also say on the other side, or you have to cross the bridge to get to the store, or many other ways too.
Yeah, but for me, it sounds very strange to say over, because over generally I think about no contact, no contact. So
sometimes that's true.
How is it possible to say over the bridge? There is a store over the bridge. You know, it's a nonsense for me. Yes, it's something very strange. It's something very strange. You know. Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully some of this will be cleared up with example sentences. And for rule number 3 on over, Hussein, can you do rule number 3? That would be this one. And rule number 4 on over is for Martin. So Martin, write about to indicate a period of time. Then the first rule for by, I'm going to ask Rafa. Can you write a sentence that shows this rule using proximity? The next one, talking about passive voice, is for Rafael. And the one after that is for Henan. So can you write a sentence talking about an action with a particular purpose? And the last rule for by is going to be for Suming. And then Vincenzo, you can write a sentence for over. And why don't you use this first meaning, since we've been talking about that one a lot. And that one's a particularly difficult one. So you can give us another example sentence for the first rule in over.
First rule, yes.
Yeah. And whenever you guys are ready with these, put them in the chat box and we will discuss them. We have several ready already, starting with Hussein. We came over from that big city to this rural area, which has a big river flowing by the valley.
Michael, I wrote it before you said I have to use the third rule, but I used that one as well.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you. It looks like a lovely sentence and no corrections there. It's great. All right. The next one we have, can you bend over the floor and give me these coins? All right. So bend over the floor. This is a good sentence, but it's a little bit strange because if we say bend over, usually we're talking about coming in contact with something. So if you take out the floor, then the sentence becomes okay. So can you bend over and give me these coins is a perfect sentence. But if we put the floor there, it's kind of strange because usually if I say bend over something, I'm talking about coming into contact with it. So bending over the floor would mean like coming into contact, like you're laying down on the floor or something a little bit strange. So if you take out that object, it becomes the perfect sentence. Thank you, Asma.
Okay.
Next sentence. My uncle spent over 20 years of his life in Germany. Wonderful, Martin. Thank you.
No worries.
He has waited you over 8 hours. Good, but we need a preposition there because wait does not take that kind of object. So he has waited for you would be better. He has waited for you over 8 hours. Thank you, Hussein. I came over to my mom's house on all holiday. Great sentence, Alejandro. And you could say all holiday, but I think it would sound more natural to say for the whole holiday. Or maybe the entire holiday. All right, next one. The task will be done by my students. Excellent. Well done, Rafael. I'm over 10 years of experience as electrician. Good sentence, but a couple small corrections here. We need, let's see, I have over 10 years of experience as an electrician. We definitely need a...
I've got.
Yeah, so I've got would sound a little better. So you could say I've got, or if you don't want to say that, you could just say I have. It's a little bit strange to put the apostrophe and make have into a contraction. So I would either say I have over 10 years of experience because we're emphasizing that verb there, or you could say I've got 10 years of experience. And the next one, try to study English by reading as much as possible. Excellent, but you don't have a subject. So you could, are you saying that it's like imperative, like it's a direction? Like you're telling someone to do that? Maybe? Hinan? Is it an imperative sentence?
Yes, yes. I tried it.
Okay. All right, so if you're like ordering someone to do that, then that would make sense. But otherwise, you might want to consider putting a subject in that sentence. All right. Next one, there is a convenience store over the street. So I need to buy a pack of noodles from that store by walking. Okay, interesting sentence. And you kind of combined a couple, right? Because you used both over and by. I like your ambition, Suming. There is a convenient store over the street. Now, in this case, we probably wouldn't use over. And I know that it's something we talked about earlier, because you can say over that street. But in this case, we probably would say across the street. Because if you're on one side of the street and you want to go to the other side of the street, across is just a more common preposition to use. You could say over the street. If you would start the sentence like, over the street there is a convenience store, that would also work.
Oh, I want to ask a question about across. That means I needed to, from the side of a street to another street, across the road, across the
Yeah, across the road, across the street, from one side to the other. So that can make it confusing because it has a very similar use as over.
Is that in the same street or same road?
Yeah,
Or
it's the same street, but on the other side of a street.
what's mean on the other side?
It means that if we had a road, here, I'm going to show you guys, I guess. Okay, so if we had a road, this is our road, right?
Yeah.
I live on this side.
Yes.
And my friend lives across the street. So my house is here, and her house is here, and the road is in the middle.
Oh yeah, the road may be for the car, for the truck.
Exactly. So it's the same street, but
That
two different
mean
sides.
that is two different road, two different streets. Because we need to cross the road. That's
Yeah,
in the
cross the road. So it's one road with two different sides. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome.
oh.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions on this very complicated topic? We have a cute question in the chat box. Why is the duck wait in the right side of the street? That sounds like a chicken crossing the road joke. So tell us the answer, Amr. Why does the duck wait on the right side of the street? And we need there too, the auxiliary verb. Don't forget.
We could keep the right, to keeping the right, the right side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, on the right side.
the right side.
Okay.
Right.
And let's see. I think we're pretty much ready to get back to our notes. We still have a little more to cover today. Okay, yeah, I think we got through all of the examples. Excellent job, guys. And we have a few more rules to go over. So we got through all of the sorry. What the heck? You guys can't see my screen share, can you? Why are you being weird? Sorry, my screen share is being super weird. Here we go. Okay, so we got through over, we got through by. Now we just have with before we get to some fill-in-the-blank quiz questions about these prepositions. Vincenzo, can you read the first rule under with for us?
Yes. I can see the window. I can't see the window. Cannot see the window. Can get the window, teacher. Oh dear. I don't hear you, teacher.
Does this work?
Okay, yes. Allora, with used to indicate being is this used to indicate being together or being involved. I ordered a sandwich with a drink. He was with his friend when he saw me. She has been working with her sister at the nail shop. The manager will be with you shortly.
Thank you very much. And the next rule for with, Su Ming, can you read it?
Used to indicate having. I met a guy with green eyes. Were you the one talking with an accent? People with a lot of money are not always happy.
Awesome. And Hanan, get the next one talking about using.
Okay, used to indicate using. I wrote a letter with the pen you gave me. This is the soup that I made with rice and barley. He cut my hair with his gold scissors.
Thank you very much. Martin, can you read the next one about feeling?
Yep. Used to indicate feeling. I am emailing you with my sincere apology. He came to the front stage with confidence.
Thank you. And Hussein, the last rule there about understanding.
Used to indicate agreement or understanding. Are you with me? Yes, I am completely with you. She agrees with me.
Okay. Any questions on those?
No, teacher, no.
Fine.
All right. I think those are pretty much straightforward, or usually not. We don't get many questions on that preposition. So let's go straight into the fill in the blank section. And for the first few, 1 through 6, you have to decide between with, over, and by. So how about Asma? Can you read number 1 for us and decide which is the best preposition?
If she left at 4 p.m., she should be here. Over now?
Not quite. So let's look at the rules that tell us a little more about this. So over would be from one place to another, a downward motion, an amount or a time period, like a year or something. But because now is not a time period, it's just one moment, it doesn't work for over. If you had a period there like an hour, then over would make more sense. But now is not a period, it's just a moment. So choose again, which is better? Yes, by now. So let's talk a little bit about why we would use by. Can anyone take a guess which rule would kind of indicate this?
By now.
So this is one it's difficult because it doesn't clearly fit into any one of these, but it's kind of like this one, a particular action or purpose, a little bit, but it's hard. Or maybe it's more like proximity. So you can kind of make a sentence like this fit into one of the rules. But like I said, there's plenty of examples where they don't exactly fit into the rules. So the best way to get through it is practice. But by now is definitely the best preposition. Thank you, Asma. Number 2, Alejandro. Read it and fill in the blank.
Go over there and catch my ball.
Awesome. So tell us why you would use the preposition over here.
Because you need more movement to another place.
Yeah, exactly. From one place to another. And before we go on to number 3, we have an interesting question in the chat box. The question is, what is the difference between go through and go over something? So what's the difference between go through something and go over something?
Go through a tunnel.
A tunnel, exactly. So through is usually in the middle of something, like a tunnel or maybe an experience sometimes. To go through an experience, the experience is all around you, right? But to go over something is usually above it. So if you have a flat bridge, then you might go over the bridge to the other side. But if you have a bridge that's a tunnel, you might say go through the bridge. So if there's a roof over you, then it would be through. But if there's not a roof, then it would be over. I hope that answers that question. And sentence number 3, Vincenzo, can you read it and decide which is the best preposition?
allowing your determination, you will be able to achieve your dream. I think it is mm, by your determination. Oh no.
This one is tricky. So
Well,
by,
with.
yeah, with is the best preposition here. But it's a little tricky because by seems like it might make sense because we have the particular purpose or action, but the more common way to say it would be with, because you're
With.
using your determination, you have determination. So with is the better answer for this sentence. Thanks, Vincenzo.
Okay, thank you.
Number 4, Su Ming. Can you read it for us and answer?
I just flunked it. It was by the radio on my desk.
Awesome. Great answer. And why did you use by?
That means near the radio.
Exactly. All right. Henan, can you do the next one for us?
Okay. You chose exactly the one I was in doubt. Let's see. I knocked him over accidentally.
Yes. And why did you choose over?
Maybe the person is in the basement and I knocked him over because I am above him or her, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
could be.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the best preposition for sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Henan. And number 6, Martin, can you read it and choose the best preposition?
She was with me when the accident occurred.
Excellent.
Probably it's possible used by too, I think. She was by me when the accident occurred.
Yeah, sometimes there's more than one possible answer for these prepositions, or more than one way to say something. So it can make it tricky, but it's also a little more flexible. All right, so now we're going to get a little more broad here and talk about general prepositions, because we talked about these 3 today, but there are a lot of prepositions, and it can be tricky to use them all. So we'll get a little more general practice here. Sentence number 1 of the general practice is for Hussein. Can you read it and fill in the blank for us?
I found my car keys in my pocket.
In my pocket. Excellent. Asma, can you read number 2?
Yeah, teacher, excuse me for interrupting you. I want to know the meaning of knocked. Knocked like this or
not? Oh, knocked. Yeah. That was in, I think, number 6 of the last exercise.
Yeah.
And that's number 5 of the last exercise. It's a great question. And definitely I encourage all of you to ask these vocabulary questions when you have them. Can anyone help us out with a definition for the word knocked?
It's just something similar to push down, or to push down probably is the synonymous probably.
Yeah, so knock over is definitely synonymous with pushover or something like that. Knock usually is a little bit more accidental than push. So push would kind of mean that you intended to injure the person. But knock would probably mean something by accident, like I didn't realize what I was doing.
Excuse me, teacher, but knock is generally used in order to say I knocked the door, no? Knock to the door.
Yeah, you can also say knock on the door, and that would mean
knock on the door, yes.
And that it uses a slightly different meaning, but yeah, it's the same verb.
It's more appropriate to use in this way, not knock on the door, knock on.
Yeah, that's one very common way to use it for sure.
And teacher, we can the same meaning of knocked out.
Yeah, knocked out is a little different because it's a phrasal verb. So with that preposition out, it changes the meaning quite a bit. Knocked out would be when you're unconscious or you got a serious injury of some kind and you go directly to sleep.
Yes, it's especially used when two people are fighting, no? He was knocked out.
Yeah, definitely. So that preposition will change the meaning a little bit, but a similar stem.
Okay.
Awesome. And I think yours is number 2, right?
Yeah. My friends are waiting. My friends are waiting for me. I can use any preposition, or I have to use that preposition.
This one is for any prepositions. So the first one is great. You said for me.
In the mall or at the mall?
Yeah, both of those are options. So we have in and at the mall for the second one, which are both good ways to say that sentence, but the meaning changes a little bit. Can anyone tell me how the meaning changes if I say at the mall versus in the mall?
Perhaps in is inside the mall, no?
Exactly. In the mall would be like at a store maybe, they're already shopping, and at the mall would mean like maybe they're waiting outside for me.
Yes, outside. In the mall is inside the mall, no?
Yeah.
More inside.
Exactly. Awesome. Okay, Alejandro, can you do number 3 for us?
Oh, wow.
Alejandro, are you there?
Oh.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, I'll come back to you then, Alejandro. And Vincenzo, would you like to do this one?
Yes. Allora, I saw the horse jump over the fence.
Excellent. Well done.
This is the the true sense of over, no? When there is no contact. Yes, I know in this way over. Yeah.
Yeah, this is one very common way to use over, but it's a pretty tricky preposition because it has many different ways to be used.
Yes, there is a song. There is a song over the rainbow. No, over the. Yeah.
So when you say over the rainbow,
yeah,
what do you mean? That's actually a really good example because it makes one of these rules a little clearer for us. So Vincenzo, when you think about over the rainbow, what does that mean?
I mean that there is something that is high. It's
over the rainbow.
Over the rainbow, it is something that is up and up the rainbow.
Okay,
like
so
in a distance higher than the rainbow.
It could be, but there's actually 2 interpretations of this song. And the way that I would interpret this song is that the rainbow would be like, say, a bridge. If you could potentially walk on a rainbow, you could go over the rainbow to the other side. So when I think of that song, and I'm not sure if all of you know what song it is, I'll try to
somewhere over the rainbow.
When I think of that song, I think of using the rainbow exactly like you would use a bridge. So walking over the rainbow and getting to the other side.
On the other side, yes. I did not. Yes, I have never thought in this way. Yeah.
So that's an awesome example for us because that shows us pretty clearly this rule.
Calling me.
Oh,
Okay. So,
I have a question.
yes, what's your question?
If I say I come over a bridge to the other to the other side, that means I uh, from the beginning of the bridge and come over to the end of a bridge. Is it
Uh-huh.
meaning? Is that meaning?
Yes, exactly. So going from one side of the bridge to the other side of it.
Yes.
All right. And I am going to put a link for you guys in the chat box that has that song on it if you're interested, because it is actually a very good song, and it's a great example of the prepositions that we're going over today. All right. So, in the meantime, Su-Ming, would you do us a favor and read the next sentence for us, which I kind of forgot. I think we're on number 4 now.
Oh, uh, oh, this calf lives with her parents in a small house.
Awesome. Exactly. All right. Henan, can you do the next one for us?
Yeah. We took a taxi to the airport.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Martin, will you do the next one?
Me again.
So, wait, what?
I say I just read the
Sorry.
last one.
Asma, will you read the next one? Aye, aye. Asma, are you there?
Yeah. Excuse me. I put some clean toys uh, on the bathroom.
Okay, so if you say on the bathroom, what are you
On
saying?
the wall. Okay. Means on the wall of the bathroom. So in the bathroom.
Awesome. Yeah, in the bathroom would be the best for sure. Thank you very much, Asma. Alejandro, are you there?
Yes, I'm back.
Excellent. Can you do the next one for us? Number 7. Ooh. I think I'm having trouble hearing you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. Then could you guys hear Alejandro answer that one?
Alejandro.
No, he didn't answer.
Ah,
Yeah.
so then it is not. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was having audio trouble. All right, Alejandro, can you read us that sentence? No? All right. Alejandro, I do not hear you anymore. So, Vincenzo, are you back?
Oh. Vincenzo he mute himself.
All right. Su-Ming, go ahead and read this one for us then.
Number 7.
Uh-huh.
Mean the uh, right ribs the bus um, to rush the bus to school every day.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And number 8, Henan, can you read it for us?
Yes, Steven is talking to his girlfriend on the phone.
Awesome. Well done. Next one, Asma. Can you read?
We went in Boston on vacation.
Did you say in Boston on vacation?
Okay, we went to Boston on vacation.
Yeah, that would be the best way to say it. Thank you. Alejandro, are you there? No?
No.
Okay, then we're back to Suming.
Yes. I like to watch TV. Um, mm, I like to watch TV too late at night.
What did you say? What was the first one?
Too late at night.
So the second one is great. The first one is really tricky because it requires a very
Oh,
specific preposition.
Until?
Yes, exactly. Until late at night.
oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Yeah, very hard.
Henan, can you do the next one, number 11?
Yes, we moved the bookcase from the bedroom to the den.
Excellent. And the very last one here, Asma, will you read it for us?
I bought a new dress uh, from the store.
Yeah, from the store is wonderful. Awesome. Do you guys have any other questions or comments before we finish up today?
I have a question about the late at night. Does mean near the early morning?
Yeah, probably. So late at night would mean maybe like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. It might depend on the person because everyone has a different definition to what is actually late at night. But I would consider it 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That would be very late at night.
Does mean not in the morning? 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That's in the morning, not at night.
That's true, technically, but most people, I think, still consider that dark period night. So I would say, although it's technically morning at 1 a.m., I would still consider it night.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sure that might depend on the person and even the schedule that they have or the ideas they have, but I would consider that night.
Oh, yeah. That means depend on the person.
Yeah, it might depend on the person and their particular schedule or definitions of things. Culturally, probably changes a lot too.
Yes.
Okay,
great question. Anything else before we finish up today?
No, I just want to say thank you for providing us with very useful information here. It's very important.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really glad you guys appreciate it.
On Facebook.
Definitely. I usually update about upcoming classes, and it's useful if you guys ever have a suggestion or there's a class topic you would really like to see, definitely let me know because I have plenty of open spots that I can use, and I'm always looking for new material. So if there's something you want to see, let me know and I can work it into the schedule.
You prefer to work with grammar or conversation?
Oh, I do everything. I try to do a little bit of everything because that way we get a really full schedule of different topics for each student who learns a little differently.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.